rumps, butts, and knit the, whoa, killing all the people. Hi friends, welcome or welcome back. I'm MC, a knit and crochet designer from Connecticut, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Blame the Knots, on my website, blametheknots.com, and of course right here on YouTube where you can get to know me a little bit better. First things first, before we jump into anything today, I do want to mention that I posted a video last week on 5 YouTube channels that I think that you might like and that you should go and support. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for the support on that video. Whether you were one of the channels and you showed your thanks and shouted me out as well, or were just someone that was a viewer and also went to go support those channels or suggested other channels that people should support. I'm very grateful to all of you. It got a really nice conversation going and a lot of like good feelings, I think, throughout the community. So thank you all for the support on that. And also, if you are new here and if you came here from one of those channels that I mentioned, thank you. Thank you so much and welcome. I hope you like it here. It's nice to meet you. And yeah, I hope you stick around. So, okay. I'm trying to be slightly more organized and write out more notes rather than just like a bullet point of what I need to talk about, but I don't think I'm there yet. I think that's going to come with time. So, I am clearly not wearing anything handmade today. We are having a random hot day, which I am not complaining about, but I'm quite warm and I'm doing a lot of filming of various things today, so I've changed like 15 times. And I've also been trying on projects that I'm in the middle of. So I'm just hot and I wanted to wear a t-shirt and some like gym shorts. So nothing handmade today, so we can move right into our finished objects. Last time we talked, I mentioned a almost finished object, or a kind of finished object, and that was my Beachy Breezy Cardi by Knitting Tipsy, and I am very happy to say that it is done. I left it as short sleeves and I love it. So what happened was I blocked this with the yarn still attached to see how the sleeves did, and I'm good with it. I like it. So I will throw it on, but not for long because like I said, it's really hot here today. And I have the door closed. Oh goodness, I'm all tangled up. But yeah, there we go. Chair noises. Yeah, I think the sleeves look great now. They were doing this kind of like winging out thing before, and now they are great. And I have to say that even with the short sleeves, this thing is pretty warm. It does a great job of keeping me nice and toasty. Sorry, this chair is so noisy. Yeah, I love it. This is made with Kingdom Fleece and Fiber Works, a single strand of mohair. I used, let's see, I made the size 2, which is not the recommended ease. I should have made the size, I think 3 or 4 for my measurements for the recommended ease because it's supposed to be quite oversized. But I only had one tiny little 50-gram hank of yarn, so I did the best that I could with what I had. I believe I had like 7 grams left over. I could have made the sleeves longer, but I decided not to because they were going to get to a really funky length. So I loved this project. I love this Cardi. I would love to have another one that's more like Chelsea's Samples that has like a lot of positive ease and maybe long sleeves and stuff like that, but I am not a big fan of working with a single strand of mohair, so I will need to work up my courage to making another one of these. The next thing that I finished is a pair of socks, and these were almost done last time. They just needed their heels. So these are some self-striping socks made with Lana Grossa self-striping yarn, and they're just vanilla. I started them when we were on vacation and mostly finished them up while I was sick. And then I just did the heels really quickly last week. I felt very proud of myself because I took the initiative and I cut in for the heels instead of spending my time working on another project and putting off the heels, because that's something I like to do a lot. So let's see. I knit these on a US 1.5. I do not know what millimeters that is. I'm sorry. I pretty much always do a long tail cast on over 2 needles to give myself a nice stretchy, sorry, dog needed to shake. I do a long tail cast on over 2 needles to give myself a nice stretchy cuff. I did 15 rounds of ribbing, mostly because I hate doing ribbing on a small circumference. I did a lot of rounds. I just did a tube. I did it until I liked where I was in the stripe repeat to stop. So you can see that there's like a section of blue, and then a section of green, then a section of blue, green, blue. And then within them, you have this like orange, blue, pink, yellow, black. And then it goes to the blue with, oh, I started that wrong, but you know what I mean. Blue, pink, yellow, black, orange. And then it goes to the blue with blue, pink, yellow, black, orange. And then it goes to the green with blue, pink, yellow, black, orange, etc. So I just stopped when I felt like stopping. So that was at the end of a blue repeat, and then I went into the toe. I typically do a wedge toe because I'm too lazy to remember numbers for anything else. So I did just the typical decrease on each side every other round. I believe I decreased down to 12 stitches on each needle. What does this look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Let me look it up for you. All of my notes for this are in the Ravelry project page, which I will link, but just because. Okay, so I had done 135 rounds for the leg, just if you're wondering. I decreased to 20 stitches at the toe, so 10 stitches on each needle. And then for the heel, I cut in at 7¼ inches from the tip of the toe, which put me at 74 rounds from the cuff. So 74 rounds down from the cuff. I cut in for the heel. I did 5 rounds with no decreases, and then I did the same decrease pattern as I did on the toe, except I only decreased to 32 stitches, so 16 on each needle. And I think I did a pretty dang good job of making these stripes match on these. The only thing that I'm annoyed with is for the heel, for just one heel, let's see if you can see it, there's like this teensy tiny little bit of blue that popped through for the last couple of stitches. Actually, it wasn't even the last couple of stitches, it was when I was grafting it together. But that's okay, no one's gonna see it. So, yeah, that's it. Socks are done. Look at me getting my sock mojo back a little. Next up, I'm gonna talk about this super quickly because I honestly cannot remember if I mentioned it last time, and my notes don't have it, and I'm usually pretty good about my notes. but I don't know. I don't think I did, because I think I might have made this in between last time and this time. This is a new design that is called the Sidelong Shawl. And this was just something that I don't know, I just got an idea and I started making it and it was fun. That's all I got. This is made with 1 skein of Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool. The color that I used is Birch Tweed, and it is a completely reversible fisherman's rib shawl, scarf thing. There will be a tester call going on now. I think this is like the 3rd video that I filmed saying that there will be a tester call for this out, and I still haven't put it up, but I'm hoping that by the time this video goes live, there will be a tester call. And yeah, it's, I think you should not let fisherman's rib intimidate you. I think this is a great pattern to get started with it. It does have some increases and decreases, but they're not scary, I promise, and you only have to do one thing at a time, and you get a decent amount of practice doing your increases and then doing your decreases. And I also have videos filmed to go over them with you. So there will be a tester call for this coming soon. This was not in my design plan for the year, but it was a heck of a lot of fun, and I'm excited to share it all with you. That is all I have for finished objects this week, so right on into works in progress. And you might notice a theme. I am in my testing era at the moment. This happened to me last year. It seems like, I don't know if it's designers just have all their best ideas in the fall, or that's when I get the most antsy and I need things to do in the fall, or maybe I have the least amount of ideas in the fall, so I feel like I turn to other people for keeping my hands busy and for inspiration and for connection with others through the testing groups. I don't know. But my testing schedule is so full right now, and it's wonderful and it's great. And if you're one of the designers that is that I'm testing for, please don't worry when you see this. I have not overbooked myself. I promise I am committed to you. 2 of them are almost done already. So first things first, I think I showed this last time. Maybe I didn't. To be completely honest, I don't remember a lot of what I did last time, and I don't trust my notes because I was still not entirely feeling great. So this is, what I am testing is the Great Garter Bomber for Amanda of Lovely by Lee. And I'm trying to pick it up in a way that will make it look good. There we go. So I am using Lion Brand jeans for this. Someone commented on my yarn stash journey video saying that maybe I should try challenging myself to use the yarn that's been in my stash the longest, and this is the yarn that's been in my stash the longest. So my wheels were turning. I had been thinking about that and thinking about what I wanted to make with this yarn, and then the Great Garter Bomber test came out, and I had been watching and waiting for Amanda to post the tester call for that. So I jumped right on it. I immediately jumped into this test, jumped into casting on, swatching, and all the things. I'm almost done. It has absolutely flown. I'm sorry. I feel this is like the classic knitting and crochet podcast thing, huh? I have like mohair everywhere. Classic. All over my face. So I will try to put this on. I'm not sure if this arm is big enough for me to get it on yet. Let's see if we can very gently. I'm so bad at putting things on today. Okay, I think that's as far as we're gonna get, so I'm not gonna tug it up any further onto my arm. But This has quite a thick button band, and it's going to be long sleeve. I'm working through my decreases now. It's going to be long sleeve with a regular ribbed cuff, and it does have quite a thick folded over collar that is going to be added on. Okay, let me focus for 1 second as I get this off of me. Ugh. Oh gosh, it's so hot. Ugh. So a long time ago, not that long ago, but let me jam these needles in here so they're not clicking anymore. This is Amanda's second Garter Cardi pattern, and the first one is the Daisy Dream Bomber. And when designing that, Amanda had posted on Instagram asking, if you were going to do garter sleeves, what do you prefer? Do you want to do them in the round, so that would be a round of knitting and a round of purling, or do you want to knit them flat so you only have to knit the whole time, but then you'll have to seam them? And knit then purl in the round won, and I voted for that. But now I regret everything, because let me tell you, garter sleeves, they are not my favorite. I'm pushing through. I'm trying to do like a couple repeats a day and just get through them. I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I'm like almost at my elbow on sleeve 1. And, you know, as I decrease, I'm going to get fewer and fewer stitches. But to kind of keep myself going, these needles, I have already picked up the button band. So I did like a little bit of the sleeve, and then I picked up and knit one button band, and then I did a little bit of the sleeve, and then I picked up and knit the other button band, and then I'll keep going with the sleeve. The only other thing I have left is this collar. I'm saving that for like when I'm desperate. And then I'm gonna have to do the second sleeve. But I like breezed through the beginning of this test, and it's not due for a while, so I'm just gonna take my time, work on the sleeves a little bit at a time, because purling in a small circumference makes my hands hurt quite a bit. So I'll just do a little bit a day, and we'll get there. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. This is using, I don't even know if I said it, this is Lion Brand Jeans yarn in the color Top Stitch, and I'm very excited to be using it and getting it out of my stash, because it has been hanging around for quite a while. Oh boy. We're starting to I can do like shadow puppets over here. Sorry. It's a different time of year, and the sun now comes in at different times into this room. So I'm gonna have to make some adjustments and get used to it. But for today, we're just gonna deal with the shadow puppets. Should this be my thumbnail? Can you have like does anyone know how to make like a knitting one? How do I do that? What angle do I need to get at? Anyway, the next thing that I am working on and that I am testing is my Malibu Barbie Bralette by Knitting Tipsy, and I'm gonna hold it this way to show you. Should this be my thumbnail? This is great. Anyway, this is a crochet bralette, and I am using Casita from Sorella yarn, and I'm almost done. This is, I had tied my ends around my neck just so I could hold it up for an Instagram picture, but it is not going to be a halter. It has straps, and it is a nice loose like low cut v-neck granny stitch bralette, and I love it. I just have to do the edging and the straps, so I just realized that whole thing was inside out when I showed it to you. I mean, it looks the same, other than maybe seeing my seams, but I just need to do edging and straps, and then this will be done, and probably easier to hold up once I have some straps on it so I can show you. Yeah, this will definitely be done by next time. Can't wait. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about this pretty quickly because it looks like a mess and it's quite loud because I have 2 sets of needles on it. But I am also testing the second Ave Sweats for Brianna of the Little Wolf Knits, and this is what I have so far. I am done with the waistband, but I need to join it. So I just picked up all of my stitches onto the smaller needle from my provisional cast on, and now I need to fold everything in half and knit them together to make my waistband. I'm also going to pull out my I-cord maker to make my I-cord for the drawstring for this. So I'm probably going to do that right as soon as I'm done filming. Oh boy, where'd my words go? I'm going to do that as soon as I am done filming and then join this. And I'm also planning on doing a really fun video along with these sweats. Oh, and also I am trying to get these done in time for Rhinebeck. So this I am making for Bree's Rhinebeck Rumps Mal, because, you know, rumps, butts, wearing pants, handmade pants, or skirts or bottoms of any kind to Rhinebeck. So I am hoping to get these done in time, which is only 3 weeks, so I need to get moving. But yeah, I will keep you posted on the progress of these, and hopefully you will get to see that fun video really soon. Oh, and I'm using Plymouth Yarn DK Merino Superwash in the color Celtic Heather. Okay, so in the stash update video that I just posted the other day, you will see that I have made some purchases lately. So I'm not going to go through all of the yarn that I purchased because it's all in that video, and a lot of it is also included in other videos in which I'm doing like a vlog for something that I'm making. So we don't need to have 3 times where we rehash all of the purchases that I've made. So I will link that for you and you can go check out what I got recently. But one thing that is not in that video, my husband and I took my mom to Webb's this weekend. She had never been, and it was really fun to take her for her first experience. She had so much fun, especially shopping all the clearance stuff in the back. So she had a blast, and she's been bragging to all of her knit and crochet friends about it. So it was really, I'm so glad we got to do that for her. That was a lot of fun. But also, my husband and I went to Webb's last year for the I-91 Shop Hop, which takes place in Western Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Vermont, usually in August every year. And while we were there, I saw that they had drop spindles, and I saw they had a little corner of fiber and spinning things. And I was enamored by them, but I left without anything. And then I came home and I did a lot of research, and I was looking into so much stuff. I basically like learned how to spin without having any spinning tools. Like, that's how much research I did. I was just constantly watching people spinning and absorbing the knowledge and absorbing knowledge about the tools and everything. And I kept talking myself out of buying anything. So I've literally been thinking about spinning for over a year now, and I feel like a lot of the knit and crochet YouTube world or Instagram world or whatever has also started thinking about spinning within the past year, but I came to this decision all on my own without anyone influencing me. I had just been dreaming about it for so long. So anyway, the point of this story is I got myself a drop spindle. So this is a shacked high-low drop spindle, so you can use it as either a top whirl, which means having this disc thing on the top, or a bottom whirl, which means having the disc thing on the bottom. I have been using it so far as a top whirl. I've only played with this for like an hour and a half, I think. But I think I'm doing pretty darn good so far. I mean, yeah, there's issues, but come on, focus. Go back to focusing. There we go. Not so bad. I like it. And I got a bunch of fiber. It's all in pieces now because I took it apart and started pre-drafting. So this is Malibu Cloud. I do not remember the color name at the moment. I will find it and put it on the screen. It's very pretty, bluey, greeny, purpley loveliness. Oh boy, there we go. And I'm having a blast. I'm having an absolute blast. I'm having so much fun. I already know, so if I didn't leave webs with a drop spindle, it was going to be, that was going to be my like big thing on my list for Rhinebeck of like what I wanted to get was looking for a spindle. But since I have one now, that will be changing to probably another bit of fiber that I can play with, maybe. I would love to try a Turkish spindle too, but I'm also thinking that there are plenty of like very reasonably priced ones that are 3D printed on the internet, so that might be the way for me to go for right now, just as I'm playing. This is just for fun. This is a new hobby. I'm just playing. I am not looking to do anything crazy with it. I'm just having a blast. I'm having so much fun. I do a little bit every day, and it's the best. I love it. One last quick purchase thing I wanted to share is, I believe in I think it was the video where I was talking about my project planning when I was heading into August. I was showing a lot of my project bags, and a very large percentage of them are from Fate's Thread, and they were having a sale recently. First they did a sale on just their small bags, and I stayed strong and I didn't get any of those because all of the ones that I currently have from them are small bags, and I really don't need any more stock size bags. So they had another sale with medium, large, basically anything above a small sized bag. And I think it was buy two, get three free, which is just amazing. They were trying to clear out a lot of their stock. I'm not exactly sure why, but they were just trying to like make some space and kind of turn things over. So this is, I will hold up quickly, their business card. There we go. And I think my camera's overheating. I'm going to film this really quick and then we'll come back in a minute. So what I got is, I got a super big, I think this is, I'm not sure if this is their larger, sorry. I'm not sure if there's extra large or jumbo. I think this might be like their jumbo bag. This is Space Jam, and it's just wonderful. I couldn't say no. And all of the bags that I got are drawstring because I really prefer drawstring to zippers because I tend to get things caught in zippers. The next one I got, the next bags are, I believe they're large size. And this one is a, like, what's it called? Like a neon-y, almost, I don't know. It looks like it would glow in a black light, but I don't know if it actually does. And it is Hocus Pocus. So you can see like the three sisters and Max and Allison. And yeah, I just, especially with my release of the Allison cardigan. Oh yeah, thank you for the support during the release of the Allison cardigan. I forgot to do my own release. Like I put everything up online and then I forgot to post about it and like actually announce it and send out the newsletter because we were going to Webs and I was super excited and distracted. Oops. So thank you very much, especially the people that remembered the release and reached out to me to congratulate me and say, have a great release, even when I forgot. to do it. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. But thank you all very much for your support. Okay, next, moving on. I couldn't say no to this one either. This is a Powerpuff Girls bag, and it's amazing. I have always been a big fan of these ladies, and actually have a design coming up that will be perfect for this bag. They will go well together. So when I saw this, I had to get it. I love it. I love them so much. And then the last bag that I got is Spaceballs. Again, couldn't resist. This is one of my favorite movies. I grew up quoting this movie. I haven't watched it in a long time. I haven't quoted it in a long time, but anyone else out there who is a millennial like me, I feel like before there were memes and GIFs and all that kind of stuff, like we would just quote movies back and forth to each other. That was like the meme, right? So instead of like finding it online and sending each other images like people do today, we would just quote things to each other all the time. For instance, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I mean, come on. I know that's not from Spaceballs. But, like, did anyone else grow up saying that, like, every day? Is it just me? From Spaceballs, how about she's gone from suck to blow? Maybe? Barf. I say that all the time. Barf. Anyway, moving on. The last thing that I got, Face Side was actually also selling some fabric. It must be just like things that they were, I don't know, done with using or decided not to use anymore or didn't have enough yardage to get their products out of it. So I bought, let me make sure this is right set up. I bought some Rugrats fabric. And I do not remember how much is in this. I need to look it up again, but like a decent amount. So I'm probably gonna make a project bag or 2 or 3 or something out of this. There's more than one project bag's worth in here. So this was just a big bag of nostalgia when it arrived, and I'm so happy to have all of these. I feel like they're gonna bring me a lot of joy when I put my projects in them and see them every day when I'm working on them. All right, let's get into what I have been reading, and I promise this time it is a lot less than last time. The first thing that I read is I started and finished All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. This is a like mystery suspense book. This is the first Megan Miranda that I have read, and I really enjoyed it. I listened to it though, and I will say the format of the story is that it kind of sets up the story and then it flashes back, and from there the timeline is, the story is told in reverse. So sometimes when I was listening to it, I would get a little bit confused if I wasn't paying full attention to the book. I would miss when the timeline shifts happened. And then sometimes also within those days that were told in reverse, there were flashbacks to other parts of the characters' lives. So I know sometimes if you're reading things physically, there might be like a section in italics, or there's a page break at least to tell you that something is happening. But I found myself sometimes getting a little bit lost and having to go back and re-listen and kind of resituate myself in the timeline and see what the heck was going on. This is about a woman who is returning to her hometown to take care of her father and set up their childhood home for sale. And there is something that haunts her from her childhood because her best friend went missing and it is still unresolved. And you just we kind of go through the story and learn who done it and all the other twists and turns along the way. It was quite enjoyable. The twist at the end got me. I was not expecting it, and it got me. But then, like, the little bit that wrapped up after that, I wasn't a huge fan of. It was still really enjoyable. I wouldn't, like, not recommend the book just because I didn't love the little bit at the end. I just tend to not like things that end the way that this ended. But it was still really good, and I recommend Megan Miranda, and I will definitely be checking out more of her books because, especially this time of year, I really want to read lots of mystery and thriller and all those kinds of books. The next thing that I read this is probably going to make my camera mad. It is Shit Cassandra Saw. There we go. Yeah. By Gwen E. Kirby, and this cover is wild. This is something that I had never heard of before, and my husband and I were just like on a trip one day, driving around. We drove through, Mount Kisco, New York. We were driving through, we got out to stop at the yarn store that's there. Pick Up Every Stitch, I believe. The one where Kim and Jana do their podcast. It was adorable and lovely. We stopped to go to that yarn shop, and we also did some just like wandering around the town. We stopped into a bookstore, and this book just, I don't know. I saw it and I was like, what the heck? So this is a collection of short stories by the author Gwen E. Kirby. And they are not connected, but they are connected in the sense that they all have to do with, they're all stories of women and the experience of being a woman, but in, like, it's fiction. They're fictional stories. It's not like a nonfiction analysis of being a woman. I will show you, let's see. There we go. I'm going to show you the title of the first story because I don't think YouTube will love it if I say some of those words, but it is hilarious. The first story that I read, I mean, I'm reading them in order. When I read the first story, I guffawed. I was sitting next to my husband in bed reading. It's only 5 pages long, and I guffawed multiple times. It was great, and the stories in here definitely range from like very humorous to serious and sad, to satirical, to full of rage at the experience of women throughout history, throughout time. I will read you, there is like just I'm not going to read you the whole synopsis. I hate when people do that, but just a little blurb, like the tiny blurb at the top says, Margaret Atwood meets Buffy in these funny, warm, and furious stories of women at their breaking points from Hellenic times to today. And that's probably like the best way I can describe it. I don't know if I can describe this book properly, but I am about a third of the way through the stories. I'm trying to read like one here and there, and they're great. They're just absolutely great. Some I like more than others, but they all have value and they're all wonderful. So far so good. This is getting a great rating from me. We'll see how the rest of it goes. Definitely highly recommend at this point in time. The last thing I'm reading, I just started yesterday, and that is the audiobook of Magic, Lies, and Deadly Pies by Misha Pop. I love to try and read thrillery, suspense, those kinds of books in October, and normally I like forget and then I'm trying to cram in a couple books in like the last week. This year I am committed. So while I am reading like more adult or scary thrillers, which aren't even like that scary, but you know, the things that I might not want to read right before bed because I might have a dream about them. I also I wanted to listen to something that was a little bit more fluffy. So this is a cozy mystery, and it is about a character who can bake magic into her pies. And I'm a couple hours into it so far, and I'm actually really surprised because one, the feminist tones in it are very blatant, which that's not a complaint. It's just an observation that it's something that I don't see very often. It's really out there talking about women's rights and things that women deal with, which is great. It's fantastic. It's just definitely not something I've ever encountered in the cozy mystery genre before, or in most fiction before. Secondly, the premise of this book is that the pie maker can bake magic into their pies, like I said, but she will bake like stress relief into pies that she sells on a college campus at finals time, or she will bake hope into a pie that she gives to someone who has recently dealt with a loss, right? But her thing is that she bakes murder pies that she delivers to men who abuse women, basically. There is an underground network where by word of mouth, you can get in touch with this pie maker, and she will make a pie that kills your partner or someone that is harming you. So it's very interesting because how often do you read a murder mystery in which the main character is just killing all the people, just killing bad guys, and she keeps talking about how oh, if I made these choices on my own, I would be a serial killer. But since other people are giving me the names, I'm not. I mean, she still kind of is. They're still bad people. I don't know. It's very interesting. I haven't gotten to the main point at which, the murder that they have to solve happens. So we'll see. So far, it's really fun, and I really like the her counterpart that was introduced, that she's going to have some banter with throughout the book and probably the series. So we'll see. That's a fun one. I'm definitely intrigued to see how it progresses. Okay, I feel like I said I wasn't going to talk a ton about books, and then you can clearly see that I really enjoyed everything that I've been reading lately, so I just wanted to talk and talk. I'm sorry. Books are my life, other than yarn. So, sorry. The next thing that I want to talk about is a couple of channel updates, and we will start on the highs, I think. Firstly, last week, as I mentioned earlier, I published the video of YouTube channels that I think you should follow, and again, thank you so much for your reception to that video. And also, that's something that I really would like to continue to do. I don't know, maybe quarterly, something like that. So please let me know. I do already have a backlog of some channels that I want to mention, but let me know if you have a small channel. Let me know if you know of and love any small channels. I do want to make sure that whoever I'm recommending, I watch a lot of their stuff and get to know them, as much as you can get to know someone on the internet. So I think maybe quarterly would be good, because then I can compile a list of people and I have time to catch up on their stuff and learn a little bit about them, because I want the videos to be personal, and I want to be able to recommend people from the heart, and I want to be able to tell you a little bit about, I want to be able to tell you a little bit about them without you having to just go and learn yourself, you know? So then also, earlier this week, I posted an update to my stash journey. It encompassed the very end of August, which was like the last week or two of August, and all of September. And so now I will be set up to start monthly check-ins for my stash. It's been an interesting journey already. It started one way, and then the last day of the month changed everything. So we'll see how it goes. I am not upset one way or the other. It is what it is, and I've already made a change in my closet that made me really happy, but then I got some more yarn, and then I got rid of some yarn, so we'll see. It's gonna be fun no matter what, because I'm playing with yarn in the end, right? So yeah, I will link that as well for you to check out if you are interested in following along with that journey as well. And then I think coming up soon, I'm going to do a check-in and discuss my fall project planning, because I had that project planning video that I did back in August, and a lot of people seemed to enjoy following along with how I was making progress on all of those projects that I mentioned. So I'd like to do a check-in, talk about anything from that list and how it's going, or how it ended, or what happened to it, and then maybe do a check-in for some stuff that I'm hoping to get to in the fall, or maybe some things that I'm really into for the fall, but I don't know if I'll get to, so maybe I can just suggest them to you and you can make them, and I can live vicariously through your own knitting and crocheting. That sounds like a fun plan. Next up, an update on my plans with this channel. So here's the thing. I had started wanting to do one video a week on Fridays. I figured I would post my podcast episode on Friday, and that would be great. And then I started getting all of these other video ideas, and I'm having so much fun. This is great. I love making the podcasts. I love making the other videos. I love talking to you about it. I love getting to know all of you a little bit more. So I started basically getting overwhelmed with ideas, and then I was thinking, okay, well, what if I do a podcast every Friday, and then here and there, like maybe every other week, on a different day, I can post one of the other videos that I have. And that worked for a little while, but I think especially basically since my travel, things have gone off the rails, and now we're heading into the fall, and the holidays will be coming soon, and this is a really busy time of year, and there's just some other things going on. So what I'm thinking is that I might do a podcast every other Friday and one of my other videos in between on Fridays to fill in the gaps. No one asked for this discussion. I had asked around what people thought of for scheduling for videos, and the general response was, we don't care, we're just going to watch your videos when they come out, and that's all we care about, and we'll have fun no matter what. So I really appreciate that, but I just wanted to let you know that that is my plan for right now. Probably at least through the end of the year will be a podcast every other week and something else in between. And one more thing that I wanted to mention regarding the channel is I know that I had promised that I think last week's video was supposed to be a video discussing our trip through Norway and Denmark. And to be honest and real for a moment, I have mentioned before I have fibromyalgia and some other health things, and so I have occasional brain fog, periods of brain fog. And then you all know that when I came back from vacation, I immediately got sick. I was sick for a long time and had quite a bit of brain fog and memory issues related to that. So basically, unfortunately, due to all of the things that my brain has been through recently, I don't remember a significant portion of our vacation yet. The good news is that a lot of it is coming back to me, and I am remembering it slowly in pieces, and I am going through the pictures and the videos and talking to my husband about it, and it is all coming back. But to be honest, it was a little bit overconfident of me to promise that video when I still couldn't remember more than half of the vacation. A lot of it's back now. I honestly don't remember anything about Copenhagen, which was our final city. So the other two cities are almost completely back. And yeah, just the other day we were showing some pictures to my parents, and pictures of places in Copenhagen popped up, and I have absolutely no memory of going to them or I took those pictures and I don't remember it. So yeah, not trying to this isn't a sob story. The memories are coming back, so it's all good, but that's where I'm at. So you might get a Norway and Denmark update 2 months after we got back from the trip. Sorry. It's not in my control, it's in my brain's control. And so yeah, that is another reason that I think I'm going to not push myself so hard, and I'm just going to try and do the one video a week instead of occasionally trying to do more than one, because I'm still struggling with a lot of memory stuff. I'm making really stupid mistakes during the day with things. So yeah, if you're expecting anything from me, or you're waiting for me to answer you, or I'm testing for you, or you have a question you're testing for me, if I do something stupid, just give me a little bit of grace and maybe say are you sure? Because I keep doing really dumb things, and I keep just forgetting a lot, and then a little while later I will snap out of it and it comes back. But yeah, that's enough about me. Like I said, not trying to be a sob story. That's my normal. That's just life for me. So that's where we're at. Anyway, this has been fun. I was almost not going to sit down and do this today. I thought I didn't have the energy for it, and I thought I was going to once again push it off, but I'm so glad I sat down. This was a lot of fun sitting here talking to you. I know you weren't talking back to me, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I hope you did too. That being said, take care of you, please. And I will see you next time. And yeah. I don't know. See? My brain just did it again. What comes next? Bye. Take care of you. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.